Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. And in today's video, I want to talk about my brand new promotional link and QR code that we're going to be talking about for the month of December. So, for those of you who might be following the channel, or for those of you that are newcomers to Raid Shadow Legends, there is a brand new available link that you can use to start your brand new account off with some new characters. We're also going to break down these characters here in today's video and why they're so good and where I recommend using them. So let's just get things started off first. So by using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen, you will get yourself the free, recently reworked legendary champion, Narma the Returned of the Knights Revenant faction. So when you start things off, you will get her. Now, I want to talk about the three other new epics that I have in my promo link that you'll get as well. So you're going to get Allure at level 10. You're going to get Tagore at level 20, and you're going to get Ruella at level 30. And as far as I'm aware, I haven't seen anyone with Ruella, and we're going to break her down especially because she's a really amazing champ that I want to talk about. I personally recommend the promo code Demon Slayer to get yourself a Tholan Falbeard, amazing legendary DPS, absolutely free by using the promo code Demon Slayer. We're going to talk on this account about why I recommend Tholan, but there is another option that I will mention in this video in case you want to do this. This is going to be Tahanarak. She is an amazing legendary support champion of the Void Affinity. You can use the promo code Desert Queen instead of Demon Slayer. This is going to be entirely up to you. I personally recommend Demon Slayer for Tholan, though. We're going to talk about why. So I just want to give people the option to be able to do that. And also don't forget, by starting a new account, you are going to get Xenomorph as well, absolutely free after 7 days here. So you can see, I guess my head's a little bit in the way, isn't it? So if I get rid of that, you can see that on day 7, you will get the legendary Xenomorph as well. So this is an amazing time to start playing Raid Shadow Legends. You're going to get 3 legendary champions. You're going to get 3 epic champions. It is a really good time to start. You're going to have such a speedy beginning. So let's get things started, right? So this is my alt account, which I made under a previous promo link that's no longer available now. But a lot of the same characters do exist, with the exception of now we have Allure at level 10, and then we have Ruella at level 30. So I don't have those champions on this alt account here, but the other characters I do. We have Tagore, we have Tholan, we have Narma, we have Xenomorph, right? So these are the other characters that were available that you can get when you start the game. So I want to start with Narma the Returned, because she's going to be the first character that you're going to get when you start playing Raid Shadow Legends. What makes her so good? She recently got reworked in the late October patch. So her passive sticks out a ton of poison debuffs on the attacker. This is particularly good on boss fights. So you can get up to 5 poisons on the boss whenever they attack party members. So when there's an AoE and you have 5 members, then basically there's 5 different chances to stack up a poison debuff. 25% chance on regular allies and 50% if it's her. So this can stack up wildly. We're going to do a little mock run of my Demon Lord clan boss just to show some of these characters in action here. She can put up additional poisons, but she also does the poison sensitivity debuff, which is really good because it makes those poisons tick even harder. They're gonna hit a lot harder when they take their turn. She can also blow up the poisons as well for how many there are, also placing a decreased attack debuff and a leech debuff as well. So this is quite nice too. And also her A1, her basic attack, has the chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs by 1. Super powerful for boss fights, and this is why I love having her as my headliner for my promo link. Now, the second character that I want to talk about, who I admittedly don't have in my roster because I didn't make a brand new account to show you this, but we can go into the index, and it's going to be Allure. This is going to be the first character that you're going to get at level 10, which is honestly it's like not even half a day. It's you're going to get her within like an hour of playing, probably account level 10. Now, let's start with why I have her on my link and why she's so amazing. Psychic Whip, her A1. So attacks 3 times at random. But when you're fighting a boss and they're the only target, it's going to hit them 3 times. It decreases the target's turn meter by 25% on each critical hit. So you do want to make sure you get as close to 100% crit capped on Allure as possible. 75% turn meter reduction is insane. If you chuck a slow debuff on these bosses, they're essentially never going to take a turn again. 75% is wild. This is the ultimate progression. Sorry, I was going to say progressive, but I meant to say progression champion in dungeons, because the vast majority of dungeon bosses can be turn meter knocked back, with the exception of basically dragon, but the other ones can't. So this is a really amazing skill for a basic attack. She does have a 2-hit AoE here as well that places a decreased defense debuff. It's only 30%. There is a slightly better version. This is like the 1.0 version. And a sleep debuff as well. And she has a pretty strong single target attack here, although it's not, honestly, you're probably not even going to use this. You're just going to use the A1 more so. It does ignore 50% of the target's defense, but realistically, if you're fighting most bosses, aside from Dragon, you're probably just going to be using this, because the turn meter knockback is just absolutely insane. So I'm really happy to bring this champion to you guys. Secondly, for level 20, I do want to talk about Tagore. I do have him. He is a great support champion, especially when you take Tholan Falbeard as your legendary promo code. He is a little bit redundant if you end up taking two Hanorach, which is why I don't recommend. So his main mechanic is going to be his A2. It's an AoE attack, but it places a 30% speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. This is very important. Speed is very important in a turn-based game. And then it also does a little bit of a healing as well of 15% of his max HP. He also does AoE Revive, which makes him very critical in a lot of content, but particularly for Chimera, which is going to be probably within a week or so of a brand new account that you could start doing damage on that. But having a revive skill is very important, because it's very common within Chimera that somebody ends up biting the dust on that one. So we got an AoE revive, also does some shields as well, if there is nobody that's dead, or just after using it, really. And he does mitigate damage for the team as well. So any allies that are under 50% HP are going to take 10% less damage, which is pretty nice as well. And is kind of basic. It's a 2-hit attack, but it does put up a 2-turn increased defense buff, not debuff, to the ally with the lowest HP. So really great support champion there. Now the third character, and this is going to be at account level 30, and this is pretty new, right? I've never had this before. I don't think anyone else does either. And this is going to be the epic champion, Ruella. Now, I chose this one because she has a very amazing set of skills. I feel like that was off the movie. Anyways, starting with her A3, fills turn meter of all allies by 20%, and a 30% crit rate buff on allies for 2 turns. This can go all the way down to a 3 cooldown ability. Then we have our A2 called No Respite. This is a 4-turn cooldown attack. It's a 3-hit attack, so she's going to be very good against the Fire Knight dungeon, particularly also with Allure is going to be really amazing. Each hit has a 50% chance to apply a 60% decreased defense debuff, a weaken debuff, and a speed debuff for 2 turns. Each hit. So every time it has a chance to, check, right? 50% chance. So when you do 3 hits, you're very likely to land that. Now, with some books as well, you can get this up to a 75% chance on each of those hits to apply those debuffs. These are very powerful debuffs. It is only to one target, but when you're fighting bosses, this is going to give a huge range of debuffs. Decreased defense and weaken together are amazing, because it just makes them take even more damage. And that speed debuff is also really important as well. On her basic attack, Harassment Volley. Attack one enemy 3 times. Again, this is very strong for Fire Knight. Each critical hit has an 80% chance of stealing 5% turn meter as well. So not as good as Allure, which is not a steal, but a decreased turn meter. This could be up to a 15% turn meter reduction here on critical hits. So again, you need to make sure that Ruella has as close to 100% crit chance as possible. Or with this, you wouldn't need as much, but this is on a higher cooldown until you get some books in there to reduce that. But very, very good skill. You can get this up to an additional 100% chance of stealing the turn meter. So if you get some books into her, she's a very good candidate for these epic books as well. So this is at account level 30, and all of this you could basically get within day 1 if you use all of your energy that you have available, especially as you start leveling up. There's also I want to kind of point out the Call of the Arbiter. So if you go through this, you get some free energy and stuff when you start things off here. Basically, you just need to click on it, and then you click and you get back to the game, and you get all this free energy. And there's like 10 episodes. You can get like an additional like 1,000 energy and lots of other good goodies here. Rank 4 chickens, some brews, tons of energy, honestly. So you get like so you get basically like 1,000 energy for going through all of this, which is really crazy at the start of the game. So don't forget to do this when you're starting a brand new account. Okay, so that's the 3 epics. That's going to be Narma. And I want to talk about Tholan Falbeard because he is just an insane legendary DPS champion. He is going to carry your campaigns. He's going to be carrying your dungeon waves. It is so crazy. I'm just for sake of argument, I'm just going to show you on my Brutal chapter 12, which is where you're going to farm a lot of your XP stuff. I have Tholan here with 3 what they dub food champions, and I'm just going to run this, and my Tholan will just carry everything. He does AoE attacks essentially on most of his skills. His main A3 is just going to do a ground pound there, which does a lot of damage. Don't worry about the other characters being dead. That doesn't matter. And then just on his basic A1 attack, he's going to do an AoE attack as well, making him the ultimate campaign farmer, which is really important for a new player because you're going to be doing a fair bit of this that you're going to be able to need to level up your champions. And he is the best character to do that. But when you're running dungeons as well, he does the exact same thing and just ground pounds wave after wave after wave. And why I think he is the best promo code champion for you to use. I love Tholan. I use him on my main account. I use him on my alt account. I use him anywhere that I can find him. Basically, he is that good. And finally, I do want to talk about Xenomorph. His skills are very nice. He does have that poison synergy as well, and he has a brand new unique debuff called Infest. And it's really powerful because when a character with Infest dies, it's a little bit of a bomb. And especially when you're doing wave content, it'll actually blow up and do 50% damage to everyone else on that wave. So it's really powerful. True Fear, just lots of amazing crowd control skills here, lots of poison attacks here, and lots of damage. So this character is going to be absolutely amazing, which you'll get after 7 days of logging in on a brand new account. So what I want to do now is I kind of just want to take some of these into battle. I do have a clan boss Demon Lord that I can do. I have an extra key here that I can collect for you guys. So I can show this on my alt account here with Demon Lord. I am currently running the brutal difficulty after only 2 weeks of playing on my alt account. Now, again, some of these characters are going to be a little bit different because I don't have Ruella and I don't have Allure. Allure is a champion that I wouldn't typically run on Clan Boss, but in the early game, you probably will need to use her until you get something a little bit better. But for the sake of this, I want to show the 4 major characters that you will get by starting a brand new account, and then we're going to be throwing in Farrakhan the Fat, who is a character that I pulled randomly here as well. So you're going to see how the battles kind of start off here on Demon Lord, which is the place that you need to make the most progression in. So it's really important. So we have Xenomorph here. He's going into his stealth mode here while putting out poisons. Lots of poisons across the board here. And we really get to capitalize on that because Narma's going to blow this all up, which is going to be really good. Like right now, boom, we blow up all the poisons. It does a lot of damage. You can see already like 1.6 million damage in one turn. It is just so good. Having Xenomorph and all of these characters here combined is going to be great. The other thing that's going to change, though, is that, of course, like, say, for example, for Farrakhan the Fat, you would have Ruella, and Ruella is going to be a lot better. And that would be basically your clan boss team right there. You would have a decreased defense debuff, a weakened debuff, and you would just go to town with these characters with basically as Tagore here is basically your main support champion that's going to keep your characters alive. There's a little bit of healing that comes from Narma as well with her A2. But again, I don't want to play this in its entirety here, but this allows me, 2 weeks in, which really is not that old of an account, to basically be able to finish Brutal Difficulty Clan Boss within 2 weeks. So you're going to have an absolute amazing time here in your brand new account. And before we finish the video, I do want to remind people, though, of course, that for the next little while, especially over the next like 3 months, basically, you can get your hands on the Predator Champion Pass if this is something that interests you. Now, I did this on my main account, not so much on my alt account. I don't need to keep buying it on so many accounts, but you will get yourself available Predator to go alongside your Xenomorph alien if that's something you're interested in. Legendary of the Lizardman faction has some amazing AoE damage and the unique debuff that is only available through him, I'm pretty sure, the Hunter's Gaze debuff. So some pretty awesome stuff here. Multi-hit attacker, HP champion. So that's going to be a lot of fun when I start using him as well. So a really great, exciting time to be playing Raid. We have this Aliens versus Predator kind of collaboration here going on for the next little while, and all these amazing champions that you can get yourself started with on a brand new account. So what are you waiting for, right? I'll do my little spiel here again. So don't forget, use the QR code in the top right hand of the screen to get the recently reworked Narma the Returned. We talked about her earlier in this video, everyone, in fact, what they do. And these three amazing epics: Allure at level 10, Tagore at level 20, and also a brand new one, Ruella of the Sylvan Watchers faction at account level 30. Don't forget also to use the promo code Demon Slayer to get the legendary Tholan Falbeard absolutely free. You'll be crushing the competition here with this brand new start. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Hopefully you start a brand new account or a new alt account if you want to, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.